Hello, welcome to ZIM Capture. I'm inventor Dan Zen, and ZIM at zimjs.com is an open source framework to make interactive media on the HTML canvas using JavaScript and Create.js. In this capture, we're going to take a look at damping, which is quite wonderful because it gives us organic motion. It sort of eases things, and instead of following a cursor directly, it heads towards it smoothly and slows down as it gets to it. It's very nice. All right, let's take a look at how that's done. So first we'll get something to damp. How about a circle? Var circle equals a new zim dot circle, and we'll give this a radius and a color. Frame dot blue. That can be any color in quotes if you want. And we'll center this on the stage. Circle dot center on the stage. And let's have a look. So we save that up. Open in browser. There she be. A circle on stage. Woohoo! Now let's make that circle just follow the X position of the mouse. And we would do that in a ticker. So zim.ticker, or a ticker function, add, and we'll call the function animate. And the second parameter of that is the stage that this is operating on. And then we can make our function down here called animate. Now, if we wanted to, we could have done that all in a function literal in there, but I like having a function called animate. It's kind of cute. And in here, we will say circle.x is equal to the stage.mousex, like so. The update stage happens through the ticker, so we don't need to worry about it in here. And we save that up, and let's see what happens. We refresh. And there it is, following the cursor. But oh, it's like right on it. If I were doing a game, this would make me claustrophobic, and it'd be too quick. You know, pew, 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 look at me catch stuff. Oh, blah blah blah. So we want more smooth motion. Also, one other thing to note is when the cursor is not in there, it's going to 0. So it's assuming that that's 0, and if I pop the cursor in there, it jumps there immediately. Maybe what we could do is we won't start the ticker until we've moved the mouse in the stage. So that means we need an event. So that would be stage.on quote mouse stage mouse move. This will track the mouse even if it's not over an object on the stage. So mouse move, and we'll call this function right here. Doop. And inside that function is where we will call the ticker X into there, like so. Just beware, if you were wanting to ever turn that ticker off, you might want to store a reference out here and then use that reference, for instance, like var ticker function or event, like that. And then you might say ticker event is equal to that. And then from outside, we could turn that ticker event off. The other thing is this is wrong. Oopsie daisy. It's kind of dangerous. I almost hesitate to recommend it. But we have to make sure that this event only happens once. The event may happen multiple times, but we only want to call this function once. So that way we go null. That's the scope. And we say true to turn this on so that it only happens once. And we better check that. So we'll zog adding in here like so. Okay, so the stage mouse move, this one will only run the once and then it deletes itself. And let's just check it out. We refresh here. Now it stays in the center, and as I pop my cursor in, sure enough, it starts again, and we'll F12, and that said adding only once. That's great. If we didn't have these things, it would have kept on saying adding every time we moved a mouse on the stage. All right. Great. So here's our function animate. Now, we don't have any damping, so let's add some damping. That's what this is all about. We'll make a damping function, or sorry, a damping variable. Var damp is equal to a new ZIM dot damp, like so. Oops, almost like so. We need the dot in there, and then 2 round brackets here. Okay, so what this does is it starts a damping equation, and then we use that damping equation down in here. Rather than going to the stage.mousex, we say damp.convert. Yeah. Stage.mousex. Erase that. Stage.mousex, like so. So we convert the stage.mousex to a damped version. And watch what happens. We save this up and refresh here. Nothing happens. And then as I, oh, did you see that? It jumped from there. I think we need to, the damping thinks that we're starting at 0, so we have to say where we're really starting here. And that is circle.x, like so. So my apologies. So this is saying, hey, where we're going to start our damping calculations from. And we save this up and we refresh. And are you ready? There we go. Isn't that nice? Try again. Now it damps towards it. And all of a sudden, yeah, I could use this in a game. And there are things that you can change about this. For instance, how much do you want to damp? I believe the default is 0.1. So if we wanted less damping, we could go to 0.2. And we save this. And now it's faster. A little bit of damping, yes, but faster. And we can slow it down by going 0.01, for instance. We refresh here. Oh, come on, baby. Come on over this way. Come on that way. So if you're playing a game with elephants, maybe this is your elephant. Come on, you can make it. Okay, now you can do more than the x. You can also do the x and y. That's quite common as well. So if we're going to do x and y, we will have a damp x object. And that will be damp x. And we'll copy that and do a damp y object as well. Y, circle y. Keep it, well, why don't we put it back to 0.1 there? Or whatever. 0.1 might have not been the default. I'll have to check the documentation on that. Circle dot y, damp y, stage dot mouse y. There we go. So we need a different damping object for each property that we're damping. And by the way, we can damp more than just x and y. We can damp anything. We can damp rotation. We can damp scale, alpha, just some number. Okay. We can damp how quickly we're animating something. That's a cool effect. That's an acceleration, so we can slow things down. Okay, so we refresh here. And there we go. We've got it following all over. Now, if we damp at different speeds as well, we can get an effect that looks like this. Let's go check it out. So there's this one. If we damp at different speeds in the ZIM bits here, if we want, we can do a search on damping, damp A, B, C, D, damp. And, oh, this is an example of damping. So there we are, damping propellers. I meant to poke that one though. We damp the movement of this, so it doesn't go immediately there. It's slightly damped, and same with that eyeball in there. Well, let's take a look at this one too. We damp one of these windows. So let's see. This one is exact. Plomp, plomp, plomp. This one is damped, and it just gives a smoother action on the window. Here we're applying damping to our, so that smoothens that. Damping on the acceleration of that stuff as well with the slider, damping there. Which one did I want? This one right here. This is damping at different speeds. So some are moving slow and some are moving faster. Great! Thanks for hanging out. I'm inventor Dan Zen. This has been a ZIM Capture to take a look at damping. Quite wonderful. Now you can do those equations yourself. They're not really that difficult, but they're a little bit twisty. One thing happens in front of another that doesn't seem to be in the right order. It's strange. It's almost self-referential. And I never like trying to remember how to do it. So I just put them into a little two-step equation there. And that's been terribly handy using it all the time. Okay, ciao.